make sure that no more music is playing. Your party is set to stream, correct? Alright, perfect. So what, we have 11 drivers?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what the weather will be.
Rain.
But man, I hope our race tomorrow isn't rain.
Oh mate, I don't care. I'm a hungry sweat.
Yeah, I like Hungary as well.
It's any decent track that I will probably win it. If you don't get my way again.
I'll definitely be in your way, probably.
Oh yeah, it's mid-season next.
Right, nice sunny day here in Hungary. Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to round 8 of PRL. Today we have Tier 1 racing. We have the Tier 1 guys out. We have half a grid out. 11 guys out. We have 1 Red Bull, 1 McLaren, 1 Alfa Romeo, 2 Alpines, 1 Haas, 1 Williams, 1 Ferrari, 1 Aston Martin, 1 AlphaTauri, and 1 Mercedes. The only team with 2 drivers is Alpine. Everyone else only has 1 car representing the team on the field. And we have a couple of guys already. We have Coder heading out on track first. Today, joining me in the commentary booth, we have Vizdinho.
Hello.
And so the guys are who do you have today? Do you think Coder's gonna take it?
Well mate, it's just coding it. He's just quick and it gets repetitive. It would be nice to see someone else win it, but money's on Coder again.
Allison with Alfa Romeo won the last 2 races. So he'll be looking to make it 3 in a row today. Coder is still ahead in the points. But Allison is so far been very, very quick, and Coder has been struggling to keep up with him. I don't know if he can still get caught. Like if Coder still finishes races in the top 5 or whatever, I don't know if they can catch him in the points.
Right, I did some maths.
Yeah, but it's gonna be interesting to see it all, all unfold. Again, you don't know until it happens, so it's gonna be weird to see. It's gonna be strange to see, to see how that race unfolds. Here we are, Coder starting his flying lap, and ETSR Leighton starting his flying lap right behind him. We're on board with Coder right now. Oh, and he invalidates. We switch to Leighton. Leighton with the George Russell helmet. Goes through the chicane. I don't know the turn names for Hungary at all. I don't know any of these turns. This is one of the tracks where I don't know any names.
That's gonna be a problem.
There's 14 turns, but I don't know the names of them.
I only know one of them in Hungarian, so that was me.
Lando beginning his flying lap.
Coder was to continue in the top 5. 25, 50. Possibly Coder will win it.
Yeah. He's so ahead that it's going to be hard to catch him.
He is on an 80-point gap with Corey Sewell behind him, and in FRA, Allison.
Again, Allison can make it 3 wins in a row if he wins today. That's what we're looking for.
Let me just
if he gets a 15-5, Josh 16-2, Leighton 16.5. Allison is pitting. Or he's in the pit still.
Coda and Badabay. Oh no, he doesn't.
What will we get?
4.
16.8. Lando goes into the back turns. I love those turns, man. They're so fun to do. The left and rights.
So, the left one is annoying.
Oh, and he does invalidate. He does it? He goes purple sector 2? This is Lando. He went off track, but I don't know if he invalidated it.
I just break it in, but Ranks is also in a purple sector 2.
Oh no, Lando will be pitting. Who? Rad?
Rats. Yeah. Rad
Rad
kit.
Tex. Let's see what he gets. And he goes down home stretch. P3.
Bit
Original
skirmish at the
P3.
back end.
One thing that I love so far about the season is that every race has been at least 30 laps. I think except for one, but other than that one, except
I
for
know.
Silverstone, all the other races have been at least 30. So it's been like long races.
I think Hungary
35.
30,
Yep, 35 laps today. So it's
Well-
gonna be awesome to see.
That's kind of good. If Rad gets some points, we could start going ahead of McLaren, and we're ahead of you in the standings.
For Red Bull.
You're on 98. We're on 99.
Oh my god. Yeah, the season's starting to get competitive finally. Like we're
So
starting
we'll
to see. Yeah, we're starting to see how things are shaking out. Alright, Gangster Dog is on his flying lap, I think. But he's on mediums and he did a 16.5.
I'm assuming that it's going to be a dry race.
Oh! He loses it.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be a dry race if people are out on mediums. The only person I believe to set a lap on softs is James. I could be wrong.
Well, they're going on mediums because if they want to start like, if there's only 11 drivers, everyone has to start on the tires they qualify on. So if you want to start on mediums, you have to qualify on mediums. It's not like you can wait to get out qualified.
Edo's coming across the line now. 126.7. Oh, 26. Fucking hell, where'd that go from? 60.
16. Yeah, I was like, dude, your numbers. Leighton puts it in P2 with that last lap. 16.0. Meanwhile, J4 still in the lead with the 15.5. J4 Jammer's really fast.
We have to see what Addison does, because I might need to buy him. What? Nothing.
Jammer's out lap.
So I haven't been here for the last 2 races, so I don't know who's quick, who's not. And what to expect.
Allison might take pole. He's on mediums though, so we don't know. Again, J4 went on softs, I think.
Kenzie's now starting his flying lap.
Allison going down home stretch, starting his flying lap. So we have turn 1, which leads you into DRS zone. Then a nice little straight into turn, I don't know which, is this 2?
I'm assuming it's
I don't know.
straight, turn 1, then another straight, turn 2. Turn 3.
Takes you up the hill.
5. Turn 6, turn 7,
left.
turn 8. Turn 9, turn 10, turn 11, turn 12, turn 13. Yeah. It'll be turn 2.
Oh, Allison with beautiful, beautiful lines. Oh, really beautiful lines. Look at that. Just gets purple sector 2. Allison puts it up right after J4 with the 15.7. Edu on an outlap now. 6 minutes left, plenty of time left. 35 laps, it's gonna be quite a race. It's gonna be interesting to see how these guys, with 12 drivers, Nike just joins. Now Mercedes also has two drivers. We're up to 12 now. Yeah, because we don't have a full grid, the likelihood of crashing does go down. So hopefully these guys do have a clean race, and hopefully they, they find themselves like just having nice fights. Hopefully there's not too many wrecks.
What we don't want to see is real life.
Yep.
Turn 1.
No, we don't. Yeah, we don't want to see safety cars ruin people's races and a bunch to pack up when there's no need for it. It is interesting how cars separate when there isn't a safety car to bunch them up again. Sometimes there is a really big difference between the drivers. Again, it's just some people, like different tracks, so there's always different. J4 back out on his out lap. No, I think he just started his flying lap. He has pole so far. He just gets purple sector 1. So far he's on target to getting a better lap. He's up original pole so far with 4 minutes left. J4 has had some bad luck in these past few races. Well, he doesn't want any incidents this race. He just wants to have clean laps. And if he does, he might be able to walk away with the win. J4 gets a purple sector 2, although it might have been stolen by someone else. J4 down the straight. Gets a 15.1. J4 lights it up. Nike goes P3, 15.9. Leighton P4 with the 16.0, but he didn't get it now. That's no time. Josh On mids. J4 did he do it on softs? Yeah, he's on softs, that's why. And Coder just steals provisional pole by going 15-1. 15-1-7-8, so he goes 2/100ths of a second faster than J4. What will we see? Bogvin 16-1, Bratek 16-2, Edu out on an outlap again. Lando rides the grass for a bit. Don't know why. He's on mids. Still trying to set time. Currently in 12th. Kenzie sets a 117 and retires. Gangster Dog sets a 16-5 and retires. Leighton on his flying lap with softs. When riding on board with him, he had a 16-0. Will he be able to improve? No, he invalidates. Radtex just passes him. Gets a purple sector too. Radtex passes through the double yellow wave flags. Doesn't matter though. Will he be able to better his time? He does. Radtex takes 4th with 15-8. 30 seconds left. Qualifying is heating up. Leighton was not able to get a time. Nyaksai will just cross the line just in time to begin the clock. 20 seconds left. He's got to get across the line. He does. He starts his flying lap. As does Josh right behind him. They are both able to start their flying laps. Can Nyaksai improve? We're on board with the Mercedes right now. Goes up the hill. Takes the right-hander. Into the chicane. Hooks the right. Goes close, doesn't invalidate, I think. Oh, does he? Leighton takes provisional pole with the 14-9. And Nyaksai, can he better his 59? He cannot. And Josh cannot better his time either. So we have Leighton take pole. that is your lineup, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, Viz, what's that noise?
My mic, mate.
Oh, it's crackling.
Yeah, I can't do much about it.
Yeah, it's fine. I just was like, what is that? Alright, so that wraps up the qualifying session for today's race, and we will begin the race shortly. Your lineup, ladies and gentlemen, we have ETSR Layton setting pole with a 14.9, Coder with the 15.1, J4 with the 15.1 as well, Edu with the 15.3, Allison with the 15.7, but he's on mediums, Ratex with the 15.8, Naik side, the F1 car guy with the 15.9, Josh with the 15.9, Lando with the 16.0, Bogbeen with the 16.1, Gangster Dog with the 16.5, and Kenzie with the 17.6. That's your grid for today. 6 rows, 2 cars on each row, gives you 12 drivers, and we have 35 laps before we can give out points to these guys today. We all have our favorites. Some of these guys are quicker than others, but you don't know who wins until that last lap. Anything can happen until that last lap, so you can never be too sure, you know. We will have a brief intermission while the drivers pick the strategy, and then they will ready up, and they have. So the formation lap will be set soon. Yeah, all of these tier 1 guys are fast. I love watching them race, so it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out today. Hungary is like you said, I love Hungary too. It's a high downforce track. You need a lot of talent to get through those corners really quickly. And I think that this is a really fun track that separates, you know, like the drivers from the guys with the fast cars. It's nice seeing all the different drivers and their helmet choices.
Yeah.
So the predicted stop strategy today, if you start on softs, it's a 2-stopper. Softs, mediums to mediums. It's a long race, 35 laps, and these corners give you a lot of tire wear. Those softs won't last more than 8 laps if you're pushing it hard. They might, but you're gonna be losing time. Drivers are taking their positions on the grid. We will get 5 lights, and then when they turn off we will finally have our Gutenberg drive. And they're off. Leighton moves over to, weaves around. Leighton leading the pack into turn one. He does. J4 gains a place on Coder. Bogby gains 2 places. Josh loses 2 places. So other than that, everyone retains their place. And Leighton leading the pack so far. It's going to be interesting to see how these cars shuffle up. No 2 teammates are next to each other. So it's going to be nothing but hostilities from here on out. What I love about Hungary is that these turns demand that you be precise. You have to be paying attention, you have to be focused. One little mess up and you will lose time to the car behind you and get overtaken. Radtex pitting. Is he pitting for a wing?
Nah.
He is, he's pitting for a new wing.
Oh! On the first
Josh
of many.
has retired.
The VSC has
Josh
been
for-
deployed.
Yep. Coder is now the only Alpine on track. We have a virtual safety car. Let's hope it doesn't escalate into a safety car. It probably won't because Josh was alone when he wrecked. In my simulations, I liked how I did it on medium, soft. But that's also a hard strategy to do.
I'm assuming some soft runners will be paying.
Probably. We do. We have 4 guys. Leighton, J4, Coder, Edu, and
With 3 stop in a way. Most next he gets down the inside of that Allison into turn 1.
Leighton and J4 both go out on hards. Interesting.
Looking to go to the end then.
Yeah, they're all on hards.
Nexi back in the lead of this Hungarian Grand Prix after the VSC.
Yep. So Leighton, J4, Coder, Edu, and Radtex are all on hards. Wow. They took advantage of the VSC for a cheap pit stop. Now they're only 15 seconds behind the pack instead of, what, 20? Possibly 20, 25, 22, something like that. It's not too long of a pit stop. So we have Naixai leading the pack of cars that didn't pit, and now we have Leighton also in the Mercedes leading the pack of cars that did pit. Both Mercedes leading their respective packs. And Naixai just loses the position to Allison. Allison cruises on by. Allison's also on mids. Allison now on a P1. He won't have to pit until lap 15 or so. He can push those mids on and then pit for another set of mids. And then he'll have to pit again. Or he might just pit for hards at lap 15. Allison completely leaving behind Naixai. 1.8 seconds the difference now. That Alfa Romeo is flying. Allison wants to make it 3 wins in a row, and he just might. It's still early days. Naixai pitting. He was on softs. Like I said, if you're in Hungary, those softs only last you like 5 or 6 laps. You don't want to push it too far because you will lose a lot of grip. Naixai also goes on hards. Naixai will be passed by nearly everyone, save for Radtex, who is still pushing on down the straight. But he had wing damage from earlier, so his pit cost him a lot more. Allison leading Bogveen 2.2 seconds and climbing 2.3. Lando, will he get the overtake? He does! Lando cruises on by ever so gently, right past Bogveen. Takes P2, he's on mids. Trying to get a podium for Red Bull. Bogveen on softs. See, Hungary is one of those tracks where I wonder if softs is the right tire to go on. Because I think sometimes it just might be mediums. Just because of that tire degradation, you don't want to get behind the pack too early on when you pit for softs. Edu picks up a 3-second penalty. Lando is slightly gaining on Allison. He was at 3.2 seconds a minute ago, now he's at 3.0. Might be interesting to see if Lando takes the fight to Allison or if he starts getting left behind if Allison turns on the jets. Pretty much the only place you can overtake on this track is down the straight, unless someone fucks up. I'm sorry, unless someone messes up. And J4 has lost his wing. J4 has just screwed up himself. J4 just gets passed up by Naixai. J4 doesn't have a wing. He will seek to pit, and then he will, what, go on to hards again?
Probably.
Yeah, now there's no option, because if you pit for mids, it means you gotta stop again. So he looks like he has to go on his last pair of hards. You get 2 pairs of hards, I think. 2 sets of hards. I call them pairs sometimes. Don't mind me. It always sucks too when you crash far away from the pit. You gotta go around the entire lap on your broken wing and lose all that time. Radtex about to catch him, and he hasn't even gone to the pit lane yet. J4 brings the McLaren into the pits. give him a new wing. And he's out of the pits, and he is on mids.
And Lando
So
spun
he
it.
will. Who?
Lando.
Oh no.
And with the
Lando.
spin, he's raged.
Gangster Dog goes into P2. Leighton in P3 with the hards. Looks like the hard tire strategy will pay off for Leighton.
And Bock Queen spin it as well.
He was on new mids too. Looks like his tires were too slippery. Radtek's right behind him. Radtek's creeping up on Bovine. Will he have enough? Again, J4 really quick, but just can't get his consistency down. Trailing now, nearly a minute behind Allison on mid tires. He's going to be praying for a safety car now to rejoin the bunch. Allison Allison's like 15 seconds behind J4. J4 is almost gonna get lapped if he does have to pit again. Allison has a 10-second gap between himself and Gangster Dog. Leighton on hards, 8 seconds behind Gangster Dog. Edu, Kenzie, some action. Oh, Coder and Edu both get past Kenzie. I'm sure Kenzie won't be happy about that. Both of the cars are just passing more on hard. He's on mids. This is just the thing, is that Allison will have to pit, but he's so far ahead that it doesn't matter. His first pit stop will be so cheap that only Gangster Dog will pass him, and Leighton, he'll come out maybe alongside Edu or Coder. So he'll be happy to whenever he pits, because he won't be losing that much time to the people behind him. Kenzie getting left behind by Coder and Edu both in front of him. Edu signed by Swaz for Haas. Absolutely flying. Haas, the Haas in the game still rocking the Ural Kali Russian sponsorship.
Get it
It's a
off.
shame to see that. It's a shame. I know it's a shame to see that Swaz has not taken the decals off yet. Maybe he should get fined for that. For having a pro-war sponsor on their car. Kenzie pits. He's dumping those mediums. He only went 11 laps with them. But that's fine because he had the high fuel load. So those first set of tires always waste faster anyway. He will go on to hards. Oh, and he's stuck? No, it's the glitch. And he goes down pit lane and off back into the track on hards for the rest of the race. Kenzie won't be looking to pit again. Still in 10th place. J4 meanwhile behind the rest of the pack. A few seconds from getting lapped by Allison. J4 went from leading to becoming a back marker. Again, the consequences are real in this race. Once you lose a pit stop's worth, you are in serious jeopardy of getting passed by the leaders of the race. Once you get lapped, it's truly hard to come back from that. We're approaching the midway point of this race. And we have Kenzie spin out. Last turn, right before home straight. I don't see any visible damage on his wing. I hope he doesn't have damage because then he will have to go all the way around to pit again. Allison, 14 lap mids. My prediction was 15. Let's see how long he goes out.
Nothing really happening at this stage in the race.
Yeah, the drivers have sort of separated themselves, and Lando's pitting. The drivers have separated themselves, and once they settled, it's kind of hard for them to like get out of their spots. Now it's just about them not making mistakes and keeping their pace up to not get passed by anyone else. Lando goes out onto hards for the rest of the race. Doesn't want to pit again. The bad thing is that, well, it's not necessarily bad, but if there is a safety car towards the end of the race, then maybe you didn't have to go on hards. You could have been on mediums, because you were, you're ideally, if there's a safety car towards the end, you pit for softs so that you can have fast tires for the remainder of the race. Lando now in 10th. Only one car will not score points. And so far that is Lando in that 11th place. Coder 5 seconds behind Leighton. He got past Edu, and and Naixai. Radtex pitted early. Is on 14 lap hards. Oh, Gangster Dog into pits from 17 lap mids for hards as well. Gangster Dog now pits. Allison still 20 seconds ahead of everyone else.
Allison at this rate, basically got a free pit stop.
Yep, he's gonna come out probably. Yeah, right behind Leighton probably. Will he pit this lap? Nope, he says one more. As we go on to lap 19.
Ooh, Eden almost losing the back end. Coming around turn 13 now.
Gangster Dog trying to pass Naixai. This is a good little scrap right here. Gangster Dog on new hard tires. Naixai on 13 lap hard tires. Will Gangster Dog will he be able to get that position off of him? I think down the straight he will.
Yeah, DRS will help him out, gain that extra 9 miles per hour. And James, and spin himself again. And
Oh, Jay gets
been
lapped.
It's been a shambolic performance from the McLaren driver tonight.
Thanks for dog gets DRS.
And now he proceeds back the track.
He didn't use any ERS though. He's just following for now. Oh, he goes around the outside. Oh, and backs off last second.
Lap 20 now.
Content with following. Oh, lap 20.
And Allison still hasn't hit. James spin out of him. And front ring has gone. 15 laps remain of this Hungarian Grand Prix tonight.
J4 retires.
And Leighton has boxed, which is believed a new set of medium tyres.
Making use of that. Is it a virtual safety car or just yellow flag?
Yellow flag.
Yellow flag.
Allison still staying out. When will this man pit?
He doesn't have to. He's a robot. He's calculated 25 laps. I guess 15. He's about to do 25.
I'm gonna look at Allison's helmet.
It will be a shame if he
Bins it.
yeah, if he bends it because of pushes it too far.
It'll be very funny though.
That would be it's always funny when you try to do something amazing and it doesn't work out. So close. Now he's far enough ahead that even if he were to get damaged in the pits, he might still come up ahead. Or he won't be too far behind.
Right here, now bringing the fight on Lando. And I forgot Lando left after a spin on that, whatever it was. But Boff Queen now leaving the session. And Allison still remains on their medium tyres.
It's a Mercedes. Right next to each other.
All
Lanes
team
on
orders
mids.
come into effect.
Gangster Dog right behind both of them. Gangster Dog could not pass Nyaksai on hards, but Leighton just passed him on mids. If I was Naxai, I would hold off Gangster Dog.
And Radtex putting the 118.9. The new fastest lap of the Grand Prix.
Yeah, he's got really young mid tires too.
And increasingly getting closer to Kenzie.
He might get that overtake soon. He does! Kenzie spins, loses his tail, goes off into the grass.
Later now sitting at 117.5.
Yeah, Gangster's fast, but he's not faster than Naxai. You can't pass him. He's just gonna be following him around now. Probably trapped behind him. Until Naxai decides to pit. Gangster's on new hards, Naxai is on old hards. Leighton gets a time penalty. Oh! Leighton has spun and has broken his wing and is going back. He spins and he had it looked like he was going backwards. He had to straighten his car out. Oh! His tires are very hot. He will have to go very slowly for a period of time before his tires can cool off.
But what the?
Bogveen has just DNF'd. And we have a safety car, ladies and gentlemen. A safety car with 24 laps to go in the Hungarian Grand Prix. We have a safety car.
24 laps.
Not to go, like 24 laps gone. We have about 11 left. And maybe 2 or 3 of the next laps will be under safety car conditions.
Anderson will get a free pit stop here. Aronos will
Naxai pits on a mids. Gangster Dog pits on a softs. Leighton pits on a softs. As well as it gets a wing change.
What's the best strategy here then, Matt?
Softs all the way. No, I don't know. Mids might be a good call because it's Hungary. I don't know, we'll see. That's what I want to see. I'll let these guys experiment. And some of these guys will have to overtake the safety car and go line up after going around. Allison pits for softs. Allison's, we've seen, has great tire management, so for him, it's an obvious soft call. If you're wasteful with your tires, you want to go mediums because you want to stay strong for the entire 10 laps. But if you're good at tire management and you're not gonna slide, then you go softs because you need every bit of tire that you can get. And here's Allison leading the pack. Edu and Coder both pit for softs. This is bad news for Allison. If anything was going to help Coder get into a possible win scenario, it was a safety car like I predicted. And that's exactly what happened. We have a safety car now. And if there was ever if there was ever a time for Coder to win, it's now. He has to use this safety car to gain P1 and hold it by the end of the last lap. Only 3 cars have DNF'd. Every car will get points so far. 9 cars out.
11 laps remain. 11, sorry. 10.
9.
You have a lap on the final one, don't you?
Yeah, 10 full laps. You're correct. Yeah, you always add 1 because of the last one.
And now I'm going to lay down for the next 2 laps.
Safety car. Yeah, the cars have to catch up, and Kenzie's still a minute behind, so. This is very interesting, though. Very interesting. It would have been nice to see them, like I said, stretch out into the lead, into the end, and but the safety car came out and bunched them up again. So, you know, restarts are always fun. They make for good entertainment, at least. They might screw up the P1 guys, especially if they have a huge lead. But man, they're entertaining. Kenzie, 40 seconds behind, catching up to Leighton.
Not many crashes tonight so far.
No, these tier 1 guys are pretty clean for the most part. Like some guys will obviously crash out, but in terms of like combat, they're way better at
compared to us. Stop.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's always I learn a lot too just from watching them, the lines they take, because they take really early lines. They always go earlier into turns, if you notice. And that's what people don't realize, that's what's important. You have to like flow in with the turn a lot earlier than people realize. And these tier 1 guys are really good at doing that.
Safety car will be in next lap.
Oh, Kenzie goes into the pits. We might get another lap of safety car. Chooses new softs again. This might be a smart move, actually. Let everyone else waste their best bit of rubber. Kenzie, brand new softs. I wonder if that was an engineering choice. And hopefully the safety car will go in this lap. Kenzie catches up to the pack. The only oh, Kenzie goes ahead of Lando. Lando's been ghosted. Yeah, Lando left. So his AI, you can overtake AIs, they're not possible. Alright, safety cars will be in this lap.
You can overtake anyone if you exploit game.
Yeah, pretty much. Allison goes down turn 13 into 14. And we will get the last few laps of our Hungarian GP. Safety cars in. They go down the home straight. Allison roaring down. Coder staying right behind Allison. This is the battle we came to see. Coder, will he be content with P2, or will he do his best to take a win in this scenario. Kenzie gets a 3-second time penalty. Allison gets fastest lap with 17.3. Coder 6/10.
And Candy's box.
Coder 4/10 behind. We won't get DRS for the first 2 laps. So for right now, Allison is safe. But again, this is Coder's. If I were Coder, I would almost advise him to follow until the last lap and then use the last lap to overtake. There's no reason to engage in a one-off battle where each lap you have one car overtaking the other. Allison, Edu gets fastest lap, 17.1. Edu's fast by his own rights, but he does have penalties. Edu and Leighton, that group of 4, 2 seconds. They're all within 2 seconds of Allison. However, Edu and Leighton have penalties. We're on to lap 31, halfway through. Allison has been leading this race so far. Again, Allison, new to the league, will look to make this his 3rd win in a row. Hey Biz, help me out with the questions at the end.
Of course.
Like, if I ask one or whatever, you do the follow-up, or if you start, I'll do a follow-up or something. Because it does get, like, there's only so many things you can ask, so... yeah, just to make sure. So we have the guys split up into the first 2 seconds of Allison, and then we have Gangster Dog, Nike and Radtex all jumbled up in their group of their own. Gangster Dog right in front of Nike. Finally he's ahead. He's on softs. Nike is on mids. Gangster Dog doesn't have any penalties.
What interesting last 4 laps.
Radtex is on mids and he's looking to get a pass on Nike side. But he's getting a little squirrely. Coder gets DRS. And so does Edu. And so does Leighton. Yep, and Coder tucks right back in, right under Allison. Allison was not able to get a second ahead of Coder.
Edu up the inside of Coda. Go down
He
turn
does
1.
get the overtake. Will he make it stick? Coder did not get DRS off of Allison that lap, and got overtaken by Edu as a result of it. Allison not quite done dealing with Edu yet. Edu's combat might still make a difference here if he can get close by. If not, Coda will most certainly still have P2 because of penalties. As long as he doesn't bin it.
Bin it.
Layton following right behind Coda, but he's got penalties himself. Let's look at those penalties now, actually. And they all have only 3-second penalties, but it will make a difference for the top 4 cars. Nike also 3-second penalties, and Kenzie's got 6. Last lap, ladies and gentlemen, of our Hungarian Grand Prix. Thank you for sticking around for all 35 laps. If you are watching us on Twitch, please follow PRL, the channel, and go to our YouTube channel and support us there. If you're watching on YouTube, do us a favor and go to our Twitch channel and give us a follow there. If you're interested in joining and racing yourself, we should have a Discord link somewhere on our page available. Please sign up, and we will place you in a tier so you can start your virtual racing career. We are on board with Allison, who's racing for Alfa Romeo as he goes down the last few turns. He's been dominating the last few races. He won the last 2. He won at Imola. He won at Silverstone. Now at Hungary, he looks to seal his win. Comes into turn 13. Pushes through. Nature Dog racks up a 3-second penalty. Allison rides off into the sunset with his 3rd win in a row here at Hungary. That's P1 for the Alfa Romeo driver. Coder takes P2, Edu takes P3. Fastest lap was held by Edu with a 17.1. There you have your driver of the day. Allison again being extremely dominant these last few races, so it's going to be interesting to see how the championship standings shape up after a few more rounds. We will try to get your drivers shortly. If you could give us a minute. Excuse me. I'm not sick, there's something in my nose. Hello, and we are with our drivers. All 3 are here present. It's right after the race, so let's get their hot reaction to this. It doesn't get any fresher than this. Let's go with our P3. Edu, you got P3 today. Can you take us through your race?
Yeah, absolutely. I started P5 before, I think, in front of Allison, who started on mediums. So it was was very clear that he was the one who had more pace in the grid, to be honest. So I just thought about going for the podium, and that's what I got today. On the last laps, I overtook Coder, hoping that he got a penalty. Didn't happen, but still got P3, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, you got P3 and fastest lap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you take us through your tire strategy?
Yeah. I think there was a virtual safety car at the start of the race, and I saw Leighton, who was the leading soft runner. So he pitted, Coder pitted, and I think one more guy who was on our train, and I decided to pit as well. I don't think it was the right call, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know if it was better to stay with the softs for 4 more laps than pit. But at the end, the safety car just well, it made it easy at the end, because the mediums were the hards were a bit worn out. So yeah, it was a weird tire strategy.
Yeah, that safety car at the end sort of reset the field just for everyone. So
Yeah.
yep. All right. Well, congrats on your P3, Edu, and we hope to see you on the podium again. All right. Moving on to our P2 Coder. Congrats on your P2, bud. Can you talk us through your race as well?
Oh, to be honest, I don't really know what to say. Like, I'm just so tired. Like, obviously, I went away for a week, and I came back last night. So after the last 2 races being pretty poor, I just wanted to really finish on the podium, which is what I did. And now we can look to build back on the level I'm currently performing at. So, yeah.
All right. Did you have any? Was there anything interesting that stood out from the race today? Any battles?
To be honest with you,
anything?
nothing really happened in the race. I mean, I don't think I would have been in the podium if it wasn't for the 2 safety cars that happened. So, especially the first one. But yeah, it was a wrong strategy call for sure to start on the softs, but I was like, I wanted to get some cheap positions at the start, so I prioritized that, and then yeah, the rest of the races was just boring.
Yeah. Once you guys got spread out, it was just about maintaining your pace pretty much. It was like there wasn't much happening.
Yeah, the one thing I would say though is like on that last safety car, that like my softs died so quickly. I was maybe a bit slower than the rest of the front lot, for like maybe only like by a tenth or two, and obviously then DRS compensated for that. But I ended up being about like 8 or 9 tenths a lap slower by the last lap. So yeah, tire management needs some work as well.
So looking back, do you think you would have switched to mediums instead?
To be honest, yeah, again, that's too hard to call, because I mean, if I went on mediums, you know, I might have been overtaken by
Right,
Leighton,
soft runners, right?
Yeah, Leighton
Yeah.
and Edu behind. So I mean, it's too hard to say, but I
Right.
think-
It's yeah. There are some decisions that are right in that margin where they could go either way. You're not too sure.
yeah, but I mean, it's still P2, so I mean, as I said, compared to the last 2 rounds, it was just about getting back on the podium, and you know, I'm now gonna chase after that win again.
Yep. So P2 again. We're happy to see you back, and hopefully we can get to see you get P1 again pretty soon. So congrats on your P2 Coder, and enjoy the podium.
Cheers.
All right, moving on now to our P1, our race winner, and I think this is now the 3rd week in a row he's won. Allison, How you doing, bud? How are you feeling after this win?
I'm feeling great. It was a good race. Bit
Uh,
closer than I
like,
wanted it to be, but I got a win. So
so, I did a couple of simulations this weekend. I think that the best strategy is to start on mids. I think that's what you did, right? Was there any hesitation or debate about what tire to start on?
yeah, I was thinking about it before the race, and I just didn't like the softs at all. They were dropping off so fast after 3, 4 laps. I think if the VSC didn't came out, the mediums would be the better tire after 3 laps or something. Yeah, and yeah, I just all I had to do was save my tires and go softs in the end. And yeah, that was my plan basically. No, not get a penalty and save my tires. The tire wear
Yeah,
is almost equal between the mediums and the hards, I think. So yeah,
yeah.
Obvious-
You went. I was gonna say your first stint you went more than 20 laps. Did you find any difficulties towards the end of that first stint on the mediums?
my tires were around 60% or something. So yeah, it was doable, but obviously my tires were a bit. Yeah, I was struggling a bit in the last laps, but nothing too serious or something. It was quite doable.
Nice. So, you know, you had two mediums, then you picked the softs. The safety car sort of played into your hands. You were ahead, so they did bunch up the field again, but you were able to remain ahead. Did you think that Coder was going to overtake you in that last bit? Were you scared a little bit?
Yeah, because if the safety car didn't came out, I was like 5 seconds ahead on new soft, so I would have easily won and got the fastest lap. But then the safety car came out, and I wasn't sure if the softs could do 10 laps. But yeah, I couldn't go to mediums. If I started on hard, I probably would have gone to mediums because yeah, I wasn't sure about the softs, how fast they wear out. So behind the safety car, I was just not warming my tires up because you get more tire wear if you do that. So I had an advantage with that, and my tire wear was pretty good overall in the whole race. So yeah, that was good.
Nice. So right again, it may have looked easy, but it's you still there's a lot of strategy going on behind all these decisions. So Allison, again, congrats on your win. That's three times in a row. You're still again. You're still a little far off of Coder, but if you keep it up, you might be able to challenge and get up there and pretty soon. So we're keeping an eye on you. So far, it's been interesting. It's been really fun to see you guys race, and congrats to the three of you. Congrats to the podium placers. This has been Vizdino and Madarola in the commentary booth, and we'd like to thank you again for tuning in. Again, we have another race tomorrow, Sunday. It will be Tier 2, and those guys, which includes Vizdino and I, will be squaring off also in Hungary. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching the live stream, and please go follow our profiles, our accounts.